Good job. Oh, I don't need it. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. Guess what? There's a whole bunch of stuff going on outside there. They had me moving boxes out there a few minutes ago. I've been sent up here to tap dance a little bit while they put the podium in. Elias and I have a bet. He says that he's a better dancer than me. People at the party in January said, that's not true. I'm going with the that's not true part. Actually, I have the distinct pleasure to actually introduce Dave Newnham, who, as you guys know, is the Executive Vice President and Director of our Tim Hortons Childrens Foundation. And typically at meetings like this that we do with our teams, see, they want me to sing and dance too. At meetings like this, we typically bring up Dave, and Dave also invites one of our leadership graduates, which, as you know, the next phase of what the foundation's been working on over the last number of years has been to not just take children from 9 to 13, but also invite them back as they're in high school and have them go through our leadership program for each year of high school for 2 weeks every summer. And there's thousands of kids going through that now. And then when they finish that, they qualify for bursaries and scholarships for university or college for continuing education, which is, in my opinion, phenomenal. Because we truly get to help and influence and be a part of shaping young people's lives as they get into their most formative years, as they go off to post-secondary education, which is, to me, fantastic. So at these meetings, as well as with our meetings with our franchise owners, typically in the fall, we usually bring one of the young graduates back to speak to our owners and to ourselves at meetings like this, so that we get we get to keep in touch and understand how our foundation has really affected and influenced the young people. So I think Dave's going to speak for a little bit first. Again, Dave is so pure of heart when it comes to what he does for our foundation. We're very, very lucky to have him. I truly will say that. And I will say again that Elias and I, we said it at lunch again today to each other. We were very honored to have been invited to be on the board. We think that it's very, very important for the company to be that connected. I love Kara Pigot's MBO, which is now all of our MBO, because I think it humanizes us, truthfully. And so without any further ado, I'm going to introduce Dave Newnham, and Dave will have a very special guest after that for us. David?
Thank you. That's very kind. Thanks very much. Thank you, everybody. It's great to be here on such an exciting day. And yes, there's a giant Band-Aid on my head right now, if you didn't notice. I was really proud of the fact that I'd get up in front of you with a big Band-Aid on my head. But, it happens. I mean, I was at camp this morning. There was a bear. It was threatening kids. I had to fight it off. So thankfully, the kids are fine, and the bear is not here, and I am. So I'm just saying, right? So anyway, it's great to be here. And to talk to you about what's happened since last year. Last year was a really exciting year for the foundation because it was our 40th anniversary. So last year really marked a milestone of over 200,000 kids that had come through camp since that very first summer back in 1975 when a bus came up and 50 kids got off at our camp at the Tim Horton Memorial Camp in Parry Sound. And today, if you go forward to the next slide, you can see today we're at 18,000 kids from that initial 50 that came up. Thanks very much. That came up for that first year. 18,000 kids, and even today they're there. So we're sitting here at the meeting house having a great day together, but there are kids at camp, and you look at this beautiful scene, and it's an amazing place to be. Certainly an inspiring sight, all sorts of great activities going on for kids that are with us. They're snowshoeing, they're tobogganing, they're skating on a frozen lake, but it's so much more than that. And you may say, well, how are they at camp right now because school's still in? And as many of you know, we're working with low-income schools and youth groups during the school year, all year long, and welcoming them to camp at no cost to them or their families. And you saw a picture of that in Chad's video earlier today. But we know it's all about the activities, but it's more than that, right? It's about a life experience. It's about those skills that a lot of us took for granted growing up, that the camp experience really instills in these young kids. I just got some notes from some teachers that brought their kids out to camp just this last couple of months as an example. One was the school in Peterborough, Ontario that was up in Parry Sound at camp. She was just talking to me about the night hike that they went on one night. And she says, many of our students commented on how they'd never seen stars in the sky like that. It made the world seem endless. Or another vice principal from a school in Ottawa who'd been at our camp in Quebec in February. And she said the ripple effects of this experience and the confidence that's been built in their students will be ongoing, and I really feel that the momentum for positive change in our school has been set in the right direction. These kids will never have an experience like this without you. So really amazing things happening this winter, currently as we're here. But also 2015 is another exciting year for the foundation because at long last, we'll be opening our 7th camp in Manitoba. And if you look at this picture, I think I've shown you this before, it really does look like that. That was just one day, me and my cell phone, we just took that picture, and that's really what it looks like. Where we are here is just out in front of where the camp's main dining hall will be, and you can picture kids heading out on canoe trips in our youth leadership program from there this coming summer. So Tim Hortons Camp Whiteshell is right in the middle of a crown jewel provincial park in Manitoba. It was a partnership with so many people, certainly donors, restaurant owners, many of you in the room, special events that have raised money, our Mission 10 Million campaign, even the province of Manitoba who donated the land and built a road into this amazing site. And it'll provide opportunities for thousands of kids, just like I've been describing in the fall, winter, and spring from that region. But it'll also it'll be the home for our youth leadership program and provide us with an opportunity to have twice as many kids come into that program than we've had before. So just an amazing opportunity for us to make some great things happen for kids in all of our communities through Tim Hortons Camp Whiteshell. So I'm going to introduce to you now a graduate of that youth leadership program who's going to tell you a little bit more about the experience from her perspective. Paige graduated a couple years ago from the program, and since David was mentioning in the bursary program, or the scholarship for those of you in the US, when I say bursary, you're like, what is that? It's a scholarship. And she's studying as a healthcare assistant right now, and she's going to talk to you all about what the experience has meant to her. So please join me in welcoming Paige Ellerton.
Hey guys, super nervous. Okay, I would just like to begin by saying thank you to everyone for having me come to this event. It's a huge blessing to be a part of the Tim Hortons. It's a huge blessing to be a part of the Tim Hortons Childrens Foundation and to be a graduate of the Youth Leadership Program. Today, I'm here to bring a stronger understanding to those who may not know how empowering it is to be a part of a growing, encouraging, and inspiring family. Being involved in camp has been a major blessing, and it's the reason why I'm standing here in front of you. Without camp, I don't think I would be where I am today. Growing up, I had a rough upbringing. My parents struggled to keep a stable, safe family home environment when we lived in Kitchener, Ontario. My dad got into drugs and lost everything important to him. Since I was 5, he hasn't really been in my life and never paid a cent of child support. My mom got depressed and couldn't handle the pressures of an unhealthy, failing marriage and her children due to her own emotional issues. With everything that was happening in my dad's home, with the drugs and the partying, my mom moved out and then started seeing my stepdad. My mom moved me and my siblings to her parents in Golden, BC for a second life and a second chance. Before camp, I was such a lost, confused little girl. I wanted to give up in life, and I didn't see myself going anywhere. I felt so lonely and unloved. I had a dad who didn't even care to send letters or make phone calls, and a mom who never seemed to give me her full attention, and her mind was always somewhere else. I felt ignored and not good enough. For years, I tried different ways of coping. I've tried self-harming by cutting and burning. I was bulimic. I overdosed on T3s, and I ended up pushing everyone I cared about away. I wanted to give up, and I didn't see myself living another day. I remember when my grandma told me in the summer of grade 7 that I was allowed to go to summer camp and through Tim Hortons. I was super excited because I had never been that far away from home before, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into by committing to go to Kentucky, USA for a week. Camp gave me memories that I've been able to practice throughout the years, like perseverance and how to recognize my strengths and my weaknesses. I have also learned ways to motivate and influence others and to help others push through when they don't think they can move forward. For example, in camp, we hiked up Maple Mountain, the second highest point in Ontario, but I'm from BC, so. But I do remember that hike kicking my butt, and it was so worth it to get to the top and see the entire valley and everywhere we canoed. And to make it better, there was fresh blueberry bushes everywhere. We pushed through, and we did it together. For me, giving up wasn't an option. I had to work hard to accomplish getting to the top of the mountain. And it was such an amazing feeling when we all motivated each other to keep going and how we all did it together. Team skill building is also one that I've been able to take from camp. I've used so many tools from camp on how to work well with others and how to have good communication. With my cabin mates, we bunked together, put camp gear together, and campsites together, and I learned that sometimes there are going to be disagreements and you will need to work through together and discuss it as a team. I have been able to use this in my past and present jobs and my past homes and roommates. I learned how it's more effective to be a strong, positive motivator and all work together than leave someone behind or let your ego take over. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and recognizing your room for improvement will only make you more successful. This year has been a rough one for sure, trying to figure out what I want for myself and finding the right resources to get me where I need to be. Before I attended camp, my stepdad committed suicide. Sorry. It was a shock to us all, and I didn't think I would get through it, but with the right supports and getting accepted into school, I had a meaning to life again. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when you're unprepared, and you don't think you can push onwards, but I've learned not to dwell so much on my past and all the negativity, and that I need to remind myself of everything I was able to achieve. In camp, I learned how to canoe, I planted trees, and I've inspired others with my music. I can still try to be the best I can be. Life is going to get hard sometimes. Different obstacles are going to arise and that you don't think you can control. So try to focus on everything you've got going for you. Think of all your blessings and all that you're grateful for. Sometimes it's the challenge in life that makes life worth living. The Tim Hortons camp has opened my eyes to so many things, and I've come to love learning. My camp experience has taught me to dream big and to take chances, and I feel that I've been able to apply that in my schooling. I enjoy challenging myself, and I know now that it's okay to ask questions and to speak up. School has been one of the best things that has ever happened to me, and I owe it all to the Tim Hortons Childrens Foundation. My next goal is to finish my last 3 months in practicum, where we will be working in institutional facilities and in the community learning home care. After I graduate from this program, I want to work with people, but not just work with them. I want to make a difference in their lives. I want to assist people going through all sorts of situations. I love analyzing and problem solving, and I truly want the best for people. I know I have to take it one step at a time, but I like to dream big, and I'm excited to see where life leads me. On that note, I would like to end my speech with a song I feel fits the moment. I would like to perform The Climb by Miley Cyrus. I'm short, so. Okay. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying, gotta keep my hand held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. The pain I'm knowing, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going. I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep on moving, keep climbing, keep the faith, baby. So
Yeah, good. They're very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Paige, for such an incredible evidence. And Dave, thanks a lot. Thank you for making this happen and making this amazing help to absolutely everyone. Thanks a lot.
To all of you that make it possible, so thank you.
Good. So now let's continue. Come on. So we are getting right now Stephanie Harman on stage, my partner who is going to be working with all of us and introducing a very important